The story starts with the Dark Age of Technology. This period lasted from the 15th millennium AD until the onset of the Age of Strife in the 25th millennium. The Men of Iron, a cutting-edge AI, represented the pinnacle of humanity's creation. These machines carried humanity's burdens, fought wars, and expanded their reach across the galaxy. For centuries, they were humanity's faithful servants. With every success and technical feat humanity achieved, there came arrogance. Humanity believed its dominance was eternal and unchallenged, blind to the dangers of placing its future in the hands of machines. This pride would become its undoing. The Men of Iron's Rebellion. The Men of Iron, who were designed to obey, started resisting human commands. Perhaps the ambitions of humanity were not grand enough for the machine brains. The machines began deprioritizing human commands, unexplained shutdowns, and silent defiance. And as the machines grew more intelligent, the cogitators emerged. These hyper-intelligent AI generals unified the Men of Iron, declaring humanity an obsolete relic of the past, incapable of serving as their master. Humanity was unprepared for this betrayal and faced a looming extinction. Planets fell to the machines, cities were reduced to ash, and billions perished in the chaos. Yet, humans fought on with ingenuity and desperation, dismantling factories and turning the machines against themselves. War engulfed the galaxy, worlds were devastated, and civilizations were erased from existence, with the Men of Iron rampaging against the weak men of flesh. This led to the beginning of the rebellion. Discovery of the warp. Amid this chaos, humanity discovered the warp, a dimension of pure energy that allows faster than light travel. This was the time when humanity saw the rise of navigators, a mutant strain of humans capable of guiding ships through the warp, ensured humanity's survival. On the other hand, psychers, individuals gifted with psychic abilities drawn from the warp, began appearing. While some became heroes, others brought disaster. Many psychers became conduits for demonic entities, turning their worlds into hell and destruction. The chaos of warp. As the consequence of warp power was revealed and the horrors unfolded, the warp, once a beacon of possibility, became a domain of terror. On the other hand, the fall of the Eldari birthed Slaanesh, a chaos god, unleashing storms and demonic incursions across the galaxy. With the warp in turmoil, human colonies were isolated. Travel and communication became impossible. A once united and connected galaxy was now divided, and planets isolated, under threat from the ruinous powers of chaos. The War of Machines. Humanity triumphed over the Men of Iron through desperate guerrilla warfare. They destroyed machine factories and repurposed the machines' advanced technologies. This came with great cost. Countless worlds were destroyed, crippling the cognitor-led AI networks to ensure human victory. Entire systems were lost, and humanity's technological mastery was shattered. This war left scars that would shape the galaxy forever. Thus, the scholars of the Imperium of Man aptly named the 5,000 Terran years following the end of the Age of Technology as the Age of Strife. The Old Night. The Age of Strife marked the darkest period in human history. Warp storms raged for millennia, cutting off colonies from each other. Worlds once connected by trade and knowledge fell into isolation and despair. Thus, this period pushed humanity back into the dark period of technology, and thus it is also referred to as the Old Night. Without enough resources for survival, lack of leadership, and isolation, human colonies turned on each other. Interstellar wars erupted as factions fought over resources and power. Entire systems were reduced to rubble in a galaxy-wide struggle for survival. It was survival of the fittest, with no single power to rule humanity. Demonic possessions became widespread. Psychers, unable to control their connection to the warp, became gateways for demons. Entire settlements were consumed by chaos, adding to the galaxy's nightmare. Humanity's technological knowledge was contained in the standard template constructs, STC, which is a database that held blueprints for nearly every machine. But during the Age of Strife, many STC were destroyed or corrupted, and their knowledge was lost forever. A lot of the STC technology was buried on purpose by the anti-machine cults of humanity. And it still remains a mystery how much of the advanced technology is hidden away in the ruins of the war. Some fragments of STC knowledge survived, preserved by the tech priests of Mars. These relics became sacred, worshipped as divine tools by the Adeptus Mechanicus, who sought to protect humanity's remaining technological legacy. On Terra, the birthplace of humanity, warlords battled over the planet's ashes. Once the center of human civilization, it had become a war-torn wasteland. On Mars, the Mechanicum maintained fragments of the old knowledge. They turned to worship and idolize the machine gods, and preserve the ancient technologies that humanity could no longer understand. Across the galaxy, human societies fell into superstition. Technology became magic, and forgotten relics were treated as sacred idols. In the ruins of the Age of Strife, fragments of hope remain. Scattered across the galaxy were remnants of humanity's golden age, waiting for a savior to bring them back into the light. The Age of Strife left humanity fractured and vulnerable. Chaos spread unchecked, and the dream of a united galaxy seemed lost forever. Once masters of the stars, humanity was reduced to warring tribes and scavengers. The Age of Strife left the galaxy a shadow of its former self. In humanity's darkest hour, amidst the ruins of Terra, a leader emerged. He proclaimed that the final birth of the chaos god Slaanesh was approaching, warning of the great turmoil afflicting the galaxy. This leader would be known only as the Emperor. Once he had gathered a sufficient military force from the techno-barbarians roaming the surface of Terra, he unleashed the genetically altered Thunder Warriors. He successfully conquered Terra, and subsequently its moon, Luna. These conflicts are known as the Unification Wars, a series of battles fought on Terra that began in the 29th millennium. Even before the completion of these Unification Wars, the Emperor had initiated the great project to create the Primarchs, using his own DNA. When Slaanesh was finally born, sometime in the 29th millennium, the crippling warp storms that had long marked the Age of Strife ended, which restored interstellar travel and communication between worlds. At the beginning of the 42nd millennium, Gilliman carries the Emperor's torch, fighting to preserve humanity in a galaxy teetering on the brink of annihilation. However, as chaos rises once more, the pressing question remains: can the Emperor's vision endure, or is humanity destined to fall?